Look at these beautiful stars I found at Walmart. Come on into my studio. I'm going to show you at least one idea for what you can do with them, and maybe a second one if I can get around to it. But if not, I'm going to share my ideas for you. So these are so beautiful. Look how pretty they are. And they're only $2 at Walmart. So I kind of looked at them and they are beautiful as is, but I think they're going to make a really pretty blank. This is a live that you're watching. So if you're later watching this replay on YouTube, then check the description for any links or anything like that that are mentioned during the video, the craft tutorial. So come on in, get comfy. Happy Friday, happy weekend. I'm Summer Hammond. This is my Hammond's Nest page where we do all things DIY, crafty with that vintage, rustic kind of flair. And so if you're new to the page, I'd love to know where you're watching from and where you're watching me at, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. So I have got this idea that I will admittedly say I needed a new Christmas tree this year, a bigger one. And I was in Walmart, found a tree. It's beautiful. If you saw my stories, it has twinkling lights. I have not decorated. I just put it up to test it. But it's already brought me some happiness. And while I was in Walmart, I was walking around and saw these beautiful star ornaments. And I love them just as they are. They're very classy, kind of elegant, just left as is. But we're going to get crafty with them and kind of do something fun that I hope you're inspired by and that you can maybe recreate yourself as you're getting ready to plan all of your DIY Christmas crafts or Christmas ornaments. This would be really great for a Christmas party with friends or family. Let me open up, say hello to y'all that are chatting with me. Hey, Trisha. Hey, Deborah. Deborah says it's already cold in Ohio. It's been cool. It was cool this morning in Louisiana. And so I am coming at you from my home studio in North Louisiana. Hey, Lisa. Have an event shortly, but hey, for now, hey, Lala, how are you? Regina, Darlene, look at y'all. Y'all are being so friendly. Hello. Okay, so the best thing that you can do for me while we're hanging out, and I've got a really pretty idea to show you today, is to give me a heart or a thumbs up. Let me know you're watching. Everybody that I have watching right now, send me a heart. I'll send one right back to you like that. Can I make hearts on here anymore? I don't know if that works. It used to. Okay, so that is the best way. But if you love this idea and you want to share it with some of your friends, you can share out the video as well. Hey, Dewana. Hey, Diane. Happy Friday. Let me tell you what my family did today. It was such a beautiful day, and my husband gets off every other Friday, and I woke up and I said, family, let's go play pickleball. Nope, my family had never played pickleball. We went to this beautiful park. We went and bought some pickleball sets, and we had a blast, and then we took a trail walk in the woods at the park, and we just had a really pretty day outside enjoying this beautiful fall weather. So yes, okay, so these beautiful hearts, let's get to the craft. It's great saying hi to y'all and visiting. We're going to move into the tutorial part. These glass stars are at Walmart this year, and they are just barely over $2. I think right at the $2 mark. And I looked at them and thought they are quite classy as they are, but I've got an idea. So let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and they're glass. They are very much glass. We're going to talk about some other ideas for them too. Number one, if you loved pressed flowers, these would be so fun to Mod Podge pressed dried flat flowers on. We're going to actually decoupage today, but we're not doing the flowers. So let me kind of point you down just a little bit so we can mostly see the craft. And then I'll pop it back up in a minute. So I picked up a few to kind of play around with. I got one I'm going to show you, but if I can get around to the other, I certainly will. We'll see how long this takes us. Let me go ahead and clip off just the little price tag. Like I said, $2, such a steal. You cannot get them shipped to you. I already checked because I was going to make sure you had a link, but I'm sorry, you cannot get them shipped. You just have to find them in your local Walmart. Thank you so much for spreading it out. I think you have to hold the heart longer, but it doesn't work anymore. Oh no. So yeah, just reacting to the video with a little heart helps out so much so some other people can join us while we're live. I've got this scrap piece of scrapbook paper. This is called Gold Vintage Damask or Damask, however you say it. And the item number is 527788. That's 527788. I'm not sure whether Hobby Lobby sells this anymore, but these are some scraps I went and found. Isn't that beautiful? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this star and we are going to trace and get us enough of this beautiful paper to mount behind here. Keep tracking me. Keep following. Keep following. So many beautiful things would look. I'm going to stand up and do this part. A napkin would be really pretty decoupage on here. A Christmas napkin and be done with it. You could layer some different things. I am tracing the outside part of the star. And then I'm going to try to cut in. I'll probably have to trim it up a little bit because it's not the easiest thing in the world. It has this little holder right here, so that's keeping it from laying it perfectly flat for me, but you get the gist. So then you get the idea of your star cut out. See, this is the star that I'm going to cut off here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to trim that up, put that to the side. Hello. Yep, shared. I don't understand why Facebook ever cared if I just asked you to share. If you want to share, you'll share. If you don't, you don't. So it's okay. But I appreciate that more than you know. So when you give us a heart or a thumbs up on Facebook, it's like, I don't know. It's like a sweet smile that you can exchange in the grocery store or a wave. And then when you share, it's like you stopped and gave me a big, great hug while we saw each other and ran into each other at the grocery store. So it's definitely a little bit a way for you to react since we're getting to hang out online, which is so fun, right? Okay, as you can see, the lines are right here. I'm cutting to the left of it because I already know that it'll be a little big and I'm going to have to probably trim it up a little bit, but we don't want to go too crazy because we want it to fit behind our star. And I'm about to do something you might expect or you might not expect. Okay, so see what I mean? So when you try to go and line it back up, you might have a little bit that's peeking out and hanging over. So we just kind of want to go back and see what we could just kind of shave off. That's all we're doing. These are really sharp scissors. I should be able to shave pretty well. Any of you sweet friends that are watching, if someone asks a question, I am focusing on this right now and you know the answer, please do me a solid and just let them know, like if they ask where the star came from, y'all will know it's from Walmart and all that good stuff. That would help me out a ton. Okay, so I just shaved off a little bit that I kind of saw Mike could use some shaving. It's not really that difficult, but you do need a sharp pair of scissors. So we're gonna make sure our star fits first, and then we're gonna do something to the star before we actually decoupage it on. Okay, I think for the most part, we are looking pretty good and lined up for the most part. I'm going to double check it. It's kind of hard because once you get it stuck a certain way, you need it to know that it fits. Stars are funny, aren't they? They're so perfect, yet you get off just a little bit. I'm going to shave just a little bit there. Barely any. Okay, so before we put this star in, I'm going to keep it going the correct way. I hope that y'all can see it okay. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Okay, we're going to grab a cute little stamp from this stamp set that I got off Amazon. And once we wrap up here today, in the comments, I'll probably throw some links in there. I can't give you a link for the stars. You're going to have to find those in your local Walmart. But this one says Joy to the World. I know you can't read it, but it says Joy to the World. And then we're going to get some Stays On ink, which is a solvent ink, and it's Timber Brown is the color. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? Cheryl, you could stencil so much. You could stamp so much. So this says Joy to the World. And I got to get over it again because I got to make sure. Let me double check. I'm looking pretty good. All right. Try to line it up right there in the center as best I can. Press it. We have a beautiful, I'll just let it dry for a minute. And it says Joy to the World right there in the center. It pops really pretty. Depending on what print you use for your scrapbook paper, you know, if it's too busy, the colors are too bold or dark, you may not get that contrast that you want. But I love this beautiful sagey green damask print. It goes perfectly with my style. And so, as you can see, we're about to decoupage. And then we're going to just embellish. Well, we're about to decoupage it right on there. And as soon as we do, how sweet is that? You could use fabric. You could use a napkin. I thought this napkin would be really pretty. This is one of my favorite, like, all-season napkins. It has pretty florals on it. So you could just decoupage a napkin. It would kind of look like you'll be able to see through like a sun catcher. You could try to paint it with glass paints to make it look like stained glass. What are some other ideas, y'all? Oh, thank you. Easily distracted by birds. I'll have to put a link for that t-shirt too, because I got that off Etsy. All right, so we're gonna grab some Mod Podge. Just the matte Mod Podge is my favorite. Oh, you know what I did? I did not grab my other paintbrush because I stuck my other one in the water. All right. So we're just gonna grab a paintbrush. Now, I don't wanna just drown this, okay? It would take forever to dry. But I'm gonna take one side. Look, there are no differences in the side of this ornament, okay? They're identical on both sides. You could do glass etching. That is a beautiful idea. Look, if you have a Cricut or a stencil, Cricut or silhouette, you could make a stencil and put it glass etching cream on there. Beautiful idea. Okay, so I'm just gonna start putting my Mod Podge on there, and it will dry clear. It may look a little bit cloudy at first, but it's actually not bad. Get a good even coat. And how easy would this be for an ornament party? Because you're not having to build the actual ornament part. You just get to decoupage different things. I have an old hymnal over here too, that depending on how long we're alive after this, I may do the hymnal one too real quick. But you just want to make sure that you get it even and you don't have any big gloppy parts. And that every part of the surface of the glass is covered. And honestly, you can even bring it out to the gold on this reverse side. Okay, we've already talked about so many different ideas with the pressed flowers and the, yeah, Alexis, we're on the same page. I mentioned that earlier. So this is what the back's gonna look like. You could put another one on the top if you wanted to. So we're gonna line that up, or you could, you know, paint the back or stamp the back. And look what it looks like. So it looks kind of milky, right? But watch what happens. When you start to press it, look, I just pressed this one right here. And look, it already is not milky. So you want to just press it gently, but firmly, and not be too rough on it. And if you have to move it around or shave it off a little bit, you could here or there. An X-Acto knife, if ever you've got some like that you couldn't shave off. But even if you do see a little bit of milkiness, that will eventually wear off, okay? It just has to dry. Yes, a picture, a photo. It's be really beautiful. Lots of great ideas. If you had a napkin with a nativity scene on it, that would be so easy just to decoupage right in the center of that star. I'm gonna try to shave this off with scissors because I don't have my X-Acto knife. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why my husband didn't realize. I guess he's moving around his truck. Oh, no, that's not my husband. That's Amazon. Sorry. That's Amazon. Okay, so if you have a little edge here that's doing that, because you may very well, let's talk about how we fix that, okay? We will pull back here and just, oops, we'll pull back here and we'll just put some more product on there. We'll pull it all the way to the edge. And then we'll make sure it's stuck down. You'll want to test all of your corners because that's going to be the place that tries not to stick on you. It's just how decoupage works. And for this one to have a finished back, I would want to do something different to it so that it didn't have the price and everything on there. Okay. So now we are nice and decoupaged. How beautiful is that? If you can see this, if your eye is catching this like mine is, I'll have to get an X-Acto knife and get that because I don't have a cutter in front of me. But that will be an easy fix, especially once you let it dry. So it's about getting that star perfect. For this one, how do I not run to the porch when Amazon arrives? That's funny. I think it's, I don't know what I ordered. I forget, y'all. They're making daily trips right now. Okay, for this one, what am I going to do? I think, let's see how long we've been live. How long we've been live, y'all? 15 minutes? Okay, I have time to do the other one. Look, for this one, we're actually going to do a grapevine bow that I got from Factory Direct. And it's got the little wire back here that holds the grapevine together. Oh my goodness, I didn't plug up my glue gun. Can y'all believe that? I'm so silly. I'm so silly that I didn't plug up my glue gun because I was thinking this is a no glue craft. So then I'm just going to use that wire and I am going to just pinch it right there on top. And what I was going to do is I was going to glue a little button or a little bail right there in the center of it. I just thought it was so pretty with the grapevine bow. But look, let me just hold it for you so you can see what I was going to do, but I forgot to plug up my glue gun. I was just going to put a little button right there. Just to, oh, I guess it's not going to work, is it? But you get the idea. So I was going to put a little button right there in the center to tie into the darkness of the stamping. That was my whole idea for that. So sorry, it happens. Yes, Christmas cards, anything that you want to decoupage. We'll put that one to the side and let's look at the hymnal. So, and it has some different embellishments for that one. And this one's going to be basically, we don't have to stamp anything. We just have to, these are hymnals that were gifted to me to craft with by a sweet follower. I've got this one called Come to the Savior, because that way I'm going to be able to actually get the title of the hymnal because of the way the hymnal book was. And so when I trace my star here, we're going to have, see the Come to the Savior right there. And this is going to do all the work. We're not even going to have to stamp anything or do anything special. And it's going to be perfect. But oh, the possibilities, right? Like, are y'all's creative mind just going crazy thinking about all the ways you could use these glass stars? Go run out and get them before they're sold out at Walmart. Even if you're not ready for Christmas crafting, just go stock up and have it to look forward to. And this paper is so thin, I could probably take a sanding strip and get the excess off this if we have any hanging over. And probably the way that it's going to show through, I may have to paint the back black at a later time. We're going to see how it turns out. Sometimes whenever you're decoupaging things that are see-through or double printed, you'll want to paint the base color behind it or figure out some way to kind of soak up that extra color so that your double side doesn't show through. So in this case, that may be something, you know, I would have to do, but I'd have to let it dry first anyway. So let's go ahead and just trim that up. Get that decoupaged on. Easy peasy. Look at our second one. Like I said, I picked up a few. Price tag off. $2. You can't beat that for real glass. So nice. All right, so we're gonna decoupage that one on there. Let's get this. I know. I wanted to do the hymnal if we had time. I think it's fun to know that you can pick out the papers and do whatever stamps you want to, though. Such a fun idea. When we wrap up too, I want to show y'all some happy mail that I got from my friend Tamara at Simply Home. I'm not sure if she's watching right now. I was going to unbox and show y'all all the little fall goodies she sent me. Okay. If you like her fall stuff, you'll love her Christmas, so you'll want to follow along and get you some beautiful. She has a combination of handmade stuff and just decor that she curates and stuff like that. So hang tight. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Okay, hymnal. So pretty. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to press down. Going through all the same steps. Definitely going to have to trim up a little bit with an X-Acto knife, but that's so easy to do. I just need one of those little cutting mats underneath me and it'll be a cinch. Okay, so once I get that all pressed down, and this paper is so delicate, these vintage hymnals. Harsh, some of them are kind of falling apart. Some of them were just pages. So isn't that pretty? It says, "Come to the Savior." So, and then let's do something a little different for the top. I've got some brown berry bush from Factory Direct. This came from Factory Direct too, the Grapevine bow. You can comment FDC for Factory Direct Craft, and you'll get a link to shop, and you can use the code NEST10 and they'll give you 10% off your order. Some of y'all I know got some of the goodies from the last time we unboxed things. Stock up on those craft supplies soon. So, okay, I've got some Osnaburg here. I'm gonna loop it through the top hole. Except this one. This will just show you a little bit of a different embellishment idea. And then I've got just a sprig. So this is what the brown berry bush looks like whole. Looks a lot like the green berry bush that we all love, but it's a little bit of a brownish neutral color, and I just plucked a little sprig out of there. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to set it right there, and as I go to tie this, I'm just gonna give it a nice tie and go into a bow. And it should hold it really nicely. You could glue it too, but I'm just showing you if you give it a really nice tie, it's just gonna kind of set off to the side there. See, just like that, so pretty. Okay, and then just do a little shoestring bow if you want. Goodness, I'm having trouble. It's going every which way. Tie that. I'm going to pull the tails out just a little bit, kind of situate it. And that just gives you a little bit of a different look. Hymn page, music sheets. You could use a music sheet from a popular Christmas carol. Christmas carol. So then there, that kind of shows you just a little bit of fabric and some greenery or something, any color that you want up at the top. Easy to do, and any kind of fabric that you have. I mean, it's very pretty. Of course, when it starts to hang, and you can fix the tails and all that. So, again, I don't have my glue gun, or I would situate some things permanently in place, but there's a couple different ideas for you. And then, let me set this up. I think it's so fun. I got one more to get crafty with. I've got a couple different ideas. I might even, I don't know what I'll do. I love all the ideas that we talked about and everything that we shared. I hope that y'all think these are beautiful too, and that y'all go maybe run out and stock up on them. I do think, like I said, that they would be a really beautiful craft party for family and friends, because I mean, you don't have to think too much about what the base is going to be. $2 a piece. Okay, let's look at some fun stuff for my friend Tamara at Simply Home. Then I'm gonna let y'all go and enjoy the rest of your Friday night and your weekend. All the good stuff that Tamara sent. Let me see. Okay. All the good stuff. So like I said, she hand makes some stuff, and she sells decor and florals and stuff like that. She handmade these. She had to have, I think. Aren't these so pretty? These little pumpkins, little stuffed pumpkins with a different felt and the little wood sticks. So beautiful. Let's see what else is in here. So cute. A little witch's hat with a little, this is Tamara at Simply Home. So like I said, I don't know if she's watching tonight, but that beautiful little primitive witch's hat you can set on basically anything that you want. And then these little, I think these are called putka or putka pods. They look like tiny little pumpkins, like a little bowl filler. Aren't they pretty? Kind of like potpourri, but they don't smell. But they just look like tiny little pumpkins, so you can use them in anything. I don't know what that is. Oh, yes, I do. This is a little primitive candle. So pretty. I think it needs batteries. Here's a little stand for it. You can just kind of set around anywhere. Isn't that cute? Not the sweetest little thing. So she, like she said, she sells some decor like that. Yeah. I did not have my hair cut, but I did wear it wavy today. So naturally, if my hair dries, it's kind of wavy, curly. Sometimes more curly in the morning, but that's how it works. All right, and lastly, this cute little dough bowl. So, you know, she was probably thinking that I could, let's see. She's probably thinking I could open this up, pour these in there. That's what I'm gonna do. So beautiful. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Look at those little mini tiny pumpkins. And oh, she is watching. Hey, Tamara. I was unboxing and just doing something with the little goodies that you sent. And then we could put this down in there for our little hat. So we could do one or the other just for a little setup. We could do this. So cute. That's so adorable. I love it so much, Tamara. Thank you, sweetheart. You're so sweet for sending that my way. And I can't wait to see what you put out for Christmas. Yay. Okay. So, yeah, isn't that candle so pretty? Can't wait to see it lit up and probably flickers. I'm not sure, but it probably flickers. Cute stuff. Okay, well, we had a blast making our Christmas ornaments, getting a head start on some Christmas DIY ornament craft ideas. So y'all go run out to Walmart, get you some of these glass stars. They are so gorgeous. I know that y'all are gonna make some pretty stuff. If you do, be sure to tag me. Let me know. I'd love to see what you create. I had a really fun time hanging out with y'all tonight, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and that the weather is so nice for you. And if it's too cold outside, I hope you can stay inside and stay warm and cozy and do something fun that you like indoors. And if not, get outside and enjoy the weather. Yeah, wasn't that fun? That was like an instant little decor corner. So y'all have to follow Tamara, I'm telling you, at Simply Home. She does all kinds of pretty vignettes and decorating, and she has a really fun online store, and she does different drops and stocks it for the different seasons, so you'll have to go follow along. Y'all have a beautiful night too, and I will see you next time. All right, bye-bye, y'all.